The ancient Egyptian dynasty, with its pyramids and lion sphinxes, flourished for 3,000 years. The reason why ancient Egypt was able to maintain peace for so long was because of the taxation system. In Egypt, the tax burden was not heavy and the tax collection was very efficient. The tax collectors were responsible for this work. The peasants were taxed, according to the estimated harvest of the land area. The tax collectors were precise and fair in their calculations. They also had to check the people's crop stocks to check the taxes. Of course, there were also tax collectors who raised taxes on their own. They were called corrupt officials. Pharaoh wanted to protect the people and avoid corruption. If the poor could not pay the tax would be reduced by 2/3 of the amount. If the poor could not pay by all means, the tax would not be recovered. Ancient Egypt also had a monitoring mechanism. If a tax collector overcharged, he had to cut off his nose and exile to Arabia. But the best system still can't stop the corruption of the people. In late ancient Egypt, tax collectors pocketed their own tax money. The pharaoh had to raise the tax rate in order to make up for the deficit in the treasury. The peasants were unable to pay the high taxes and gave up farming, which resulted in fewer crops and insufficient tax revenue. The people could not live and work in peace, began to look for other reliance. At that time, the temple of Karnak was a temple for the worship of Pharaoh because the land and the harvest of the temple were not taxable. So people who could not afford to pay taxes fled into the temple. In the end, the tax revenue of the country was only 1/2 of the original amount. The reduced tax money became the power of the temple of Karnak. When the temple of Karnak declared its independence, ancient Egypt was torn apart. Finally, it was destroyed by a powerful country. A wise king for people-oriented, knowing the sufferings of the people. A good tax system can rejuvenate the country, make the country united and strong. Greedy tax officials, just like a borers, eating away at the nation's property. People's hearts are scattered, the great tree fell with a bang, the country is in danger.